This is Amud Yomi Gemara and Shabbos Daf. Chav Hey Amud Beis. We pick it up. Chav Hey Amud Beis. 4 lines down. Rabbi Yishmael Omer. The Mishnah concluded with Shitas Rabbi Yishmael that said you're not allowed to light with Itron due to the kavod of Shabbos. So clearly, Itron is something which the light is not the most honorable, as we're going to see right now. Says the Gemara, my time. Why is Itron, stand a contrast to kavod Shabbos? Amar Rava mitoch shereicha ra. Since it smells bad, we're worried that you might leave the light and you're not going to stay in the room. The whole reason you're lighting candles for Shabbos is that the room should be a well-lit room. Kavod Shabbos, Eining Shabbos, as we're going to say. But we're worried that if it smells bad, you're going to leave. Who cares? What's the inherent problem? Amarle, Rava responds, Shani Oimer, as we just said, Halokas ner Shabbos chayva. Rav Nachman, Rav Zavdov, Rav Nachman, Rav Amarav, Halokas ner Shabbos, Halokas ner b'Shabbos chayva. Rechitzas Yadayim Raglayim B'Chamin Arvis is a rishos. To wash your hands and your feet before Shabbos with warm water is optional. V'ani Oimer, and Rav Nachman says it's a mitzvah. So we're sort of now segueing for a moment. Says the Gemara, my mitzvah. What's the mitzvah to wash yourself with warm water? Such was the minhag of Rav Yehuda bar Avlai. Rav Shabbos Revi'im Le'arevim Le'acham. They bring him a trough, a barrel, a bucket, a tub filled with hot water. And he would wrap himself and he would wrap himself with a fringed, a tzitzis lined coat. But his talmidim would conceal the corner of their own garments. Amar lehem, Rav Yehuda said to them, B'ni, did I not teach you something b'tzitzis? That you have to put on tzitzis, Beishame Poitin Beisil B'chayavim, V'lach Divri Beisilel. Ve'enu, but the Talmidim Savri Gzeir Misham Ksus Laila, that even though we do pass like Beisilel, they felt that they did not have to, as it was a nighttime garment. A large sugya when a garment is exempt from the mitzvah of tzitzis, but that is why the Talmidim Lamaisa didn't have tzitzis on their garment. But from here we're proving that the reason you cannot light with Itron is we're afraid you're going to leave the room, and who cares? The reason we care is because, says the Gemara, Halakas ner b'Shabbos is a chayva. Before we continue for a moment, is a very important Rashi which we spoke out, but let's see it together. Rashi, about 10 lines into the narrow line, says chayva. Kavod Shabbosu. It's a kavod Shabbos. What's the kavod Shabbos? She'ein seuda chashuva ela b'makim ar. There's no Suda Chashuva if there's not light, Kinyamama. You have to have a well-lit room, which really is an objective that we have to inculcate and realize that Halakas Neiros is not as much as lighting the candle as this objective to have a beautifully well-lit room, which is the reason why the Lechatchila, of course, is that when you light your Shabbos candles, the woman should know they should also turn on the electricity because that is incorporating and adding to the illumination of the room. We continue the Gemara with the two dots, about 20 lines from the bottom. Says the Gemara, a little bit of a sidebar regarding Halakas Neiros Shabbos, that with the Chorban Bayis Rishon, says the Navi Yirmiyah, my nefesh despairs of shalom, I've forgotten taiva, goodness. Says the Gemara, what does that mean? My betiznach mishalom nafshi, what is he referring to? Amar Rav Avua zu Halakas ner Shabbos, referring to Halakas ner Shabbos, that at the time of the Churban, Yirmiyah could not even get a dot of oil to light Neiros Shabbos, and therefore there'll be no shalom. Why not? Another very incredible Rashi. The Rashi points out that the reason is 15 lines from the bottom. Halakas ner b'Shabbos shleyo mimad lahalik. This is the flip side of what we just said. Ein shalom. Why? You're going to trip in the dark, which is another reason for Halakas Neiros Shabbos. Continues the Gemara. What does the second part of the pasuk say? In the Shisi Taiva, I've forgotten what was good. Amr of Yirmiyah Zu Beis HaMercha refers to a bathhouse that's considered a goodness for the general body of a person. They didn't have that. So Rav Yochanan says, So first to wash your hands and feet in warm water. Rav Yitzchak Nafchamer Zumita Navi Kilim Nam Shaleh, a nice bed cloth upon it. Rav Abba Amar Zumita Mitzuyas, it's a bed made V'isha Mikushetes L'Talmidei Chachamim, and a wife dressed nicely that is suitable for Talmidei Chachamim. Tanu Rabbanon. As we continue a little bit of our segue into this Agadata, Ezehu Ashir, Kol sheyesh le nachas ruach ba'oishroi, that you have nachas ruach in your wealth. Not just Oisher. Your real Ashiros is to have nachas ruach, to have enjoyment and pleasure within the wealth. Divrei Rabbi Meir. Says the Gemara, Simin Memtes Kov Samach, Rav Tarfon Oimer. 10 lines from the bottom, Kol sheyesh le mea kramim. Someone has 100 vineyards, Umeya Sadais, and 100 fields, Umeya Avadim, Shaivdim Bem, and 100 Avadim. Rav Akiva Oimer, that's what Ashiris is. Says Rav Akiva, Kishisha Ishanam B'maisim, someone who has a wife that's beautiful in her deeds. Rav Yosi Oimer, Koshisha B'isakisa Samul Shalchana, if you have a bathroom near your table, that is a wealthy person. We conclude with the which is Ashiris. We'll stop over here as the Gemara now with the Tanya. 4 lines from the bottom is going to segue back into the forbidden fuels for our Lukas Neighbor Shabbos, B'siyata Dishmaya.